The following is a non-profit fan-based parody. Octopath Traveler is owned by Square Enix. Prithee supporteth the official release. Woe to those who do not. Oh good, thou hast yet to depart.
Waylaid by sentiment, it had ill behooven me to leave without bidding my favourite prentice a fare thee well.
Thou hast a long journey ahead of thee, doth thee not?
Indeed, but I hath acquired all 8 of the trainer's badges, and I hath successfully dethroned the champion, making me the new master of pocket monsters.
A title which I deserve to someday achieve.
Indeed. Mayhap one day we mayest duel each other alone on the top of a snowy mountain. But first, there is one last monster I must encounter.
'Tis not the hunt which worries me, master. When it cometh to monsters, thou art second to none. But against the beguiling power of a single casino, thy brain turneth to porridge.
I toldest thee those slot machines were constructs of beguiling witchcraft. I merely had yet to findeth the precise one which is weakest and beatable.
10 slot machines and still thee failed every one, and do not even broach the subject of thy skills at blackjack.
You wound me, my child, but what of the old hunter's saying? If the first arrow faileth, knock a second and try again.
But shouldst the price of an arrow be worth an entire house?
You exaggerate, my dear Hannet.
But I don't. Belchmore here hath not looked thinner since that latest gambling debt of yours mounted up to truly mountainous proportions.
And guess who ended up buying that debt, Zonta?
You needn't remindeth me, Lady Eliza.
Well, thanks to that gambling debt, your ass is now the property of the Knights Ardante. Come on, Zonta. We have a monster to hunt.
Which monster doth thou faceth?
Truly one of the most fearsome beasts man has laid eyes upon according to legend. Its name be Red Eye. Name could use of the little work, though.
Red-Eye is a name perfectly suited for this beast. It's clear and concise while adding a bit of mystery to its nature.
Just promising me that when I finally captureth this beast and making it into my new pocket monster, I pray thee let me bequeath it a proper name.
You do your job, and I'll let you name him Fraggle Fruit for all I care. But first, we gotta haul our asses over to Stoneguard and hope it's still there when we arrive. I trust you'll be in charge of things here while I've got your master on a leash?
Worry not about me. I shall spend my days training to becometh a master of pocket monsters, much like Zonta. Luck be with thee on the hunt.
What can I say? Thou must catcheth every last one.
One full year hath passed. Just how mired in debt art thee, master?
It's a whole new world we live in. It's a whole new way to see. It's a whole new place with a brand new attitude. But you still gotta catch 'em all. Be the best that you can.
Good day, Professor Hickory. Life for you, life for your crops.
Life for you and your own.
Pray tell, any hunting for me today?
I fear not. 'Tis nothing hither thou hast not already hunted, and thou hast already collected thy first trainer badge. Mayhap, though, thou shouldst hasten to the other 7 regions and fighting against the other monster trainers to acquire their badges?
Alas, I cannot. Thou knowest this. Zonta hath placed me in charge of the hunt here in Swaukee whilst he was away. I would be remiss in mine duties were I to depart now.
Well, wouldst thou prefer to take up crocheting then?
hell wouldst freezeth over first?
Well, thou couldst always train the youngsters in the ways of the pocket monster. Help them get started on their own journeys.
'Tis a sound idea, Professor. Art thou in need of my training?
Beckon thy pardon.
Go, Linda. I choose thee.
Hey, what art?
Now, whilst his guard is down, you sweep!
What foolishness be this, Hornet?
But thou just saidst,
The children thou needst train be over yonder.
oh, I see. Hast thou come to spar with me?
Nay, but I shall flatten thee all the same.
If thou truly wishest to defeat me, get thyself a pocket monster first. Art thou prepared to train with me?
I like shorts. They're comfy and easy to wear.
Ah, there thee are. Art thou ready for training?
We sure are, Lady Hornet.
What be thy names?
I'm Ash. This is Gary.
Now, let us commence. Firstly, thou must present thine pocket monster to me.
Pocket monster?
Thou did get thyself a starter pocket monster, did thee not? From Professor Hickory?
Professor Hickory hath told us that thou was going to bequeath us a pocket monster.
Did he now? Very well. Allow me to demonstrate my first lesson to you boys. Go, Linda! I choose thee!
Oh my dry Fendi! 'Tis a fucking snow leopard!
Now that is what it feels like to be mulched by a pocket monster, which is why thee must first acquire thine own pocket monster before facing off against a pocket monster trainer in the field of battle. Understandeth?
Yes, Lady Hornet.
Good! Now away with thee, and returneth not unless you've captured yourself an ivy snake, a flame pig, or a water otter. Understand? Well, I trained those boys, but wouldn't thou have done well to, mayhap, given them pocket monsters first?
Well, those ragamuffins needed to be knocked down a peg anyway. Smelleth thee later, indeed. More importantly, thou hast been given a request for Lord Cioran. His herald is inside seeking an audience with thee.
Hail, fellow, well met. I hastened hither with swiftest speed.
Good to see you. There's a monster that we need axed, so to speak. It's called a Gasarma. Ugly motherfucker. Long claws, sharp teeth, bulgy eyes, screams like a banshee, and I've been told to avoid any conversations with it, if at all possible.
Methinks I know the beast which thou speakest of.
Well, it just so happened to wander a little too far from home and is now in your neck of the woods, and it's been slaughtering anything it comes across. A lot of folks are worried about this monster, but now that we've got our best hunter on the job...
Best hunter? Alas, good sir, 'tis not me. 'Twould be Xanta. I am naught but his humble apprentice.
But Xanta's no longer around anymore, and since you are his apprentice, that would make you the strongest hunter in Swarky by default.
Forsooth! I shall endeavor to make good of mine title of strongest hunter, and smite this wretched beast mightily for thee. Yea, verily, thine kingdom shall...
Listen, I hate to stop you when you're on the roll here, lady, but your rustic thee and thou shtick is getting kind of grating on my ears. Do you think you could maybe tone it down a bit and speak like a normal human being?
I cry your pardon, sirrah. Methinks I am having difficulty understanding thy speech. Didst thou ask me to put my strength on display for thee?
No, I said I'd like for you and everyone in this village to stop talking like people who have lived out in the sticks for the past 500 years and learn some modern linguistics, for God's sake.
Ah, 'tis clear it is a duel thou cravest. Very well, I accept.
What? Wait, hold on! You know what? I think I'm starting to pick up on the lingo here. Maybe you could forget about what I said, okay?
Nay, thou desired a show of strength, and by my troth thou shalt have it.
No, it's okay, really. So, let's just bury the hatchet and...
Go, forest fox!
Ooh, it just shredded my face!
Fear not, 'twas but a love tap. A little gauze wrap, and thou shalt be back on thine feet anon. Pfft, city folk. Zounds, such carnage! This 'twas not done in the name of survival. This 'twas done for sport, for a show of power. How despicable! That is our job.
Will you revenge us, Ronit?
Worry not, friend. I vow to protect this forest and drive this beast out.
You're a good friend, Ronit. Row in peace. Like we really run it, Row!
You wicked brute!
Let's run it!
Leave this to me.
Good luck, Reddit!
So, thou art the fell beast Kisama. I know not from whence you came from, but thy slaughter and villainy endeth here. My name is Hadit, and I am here to deliver thine judgment.
Asks us a riddle.
What?
If you win, I let you live. But if you lose it, me kill you. That is judgment.
A contest then? Challenge accepted. Let us determine whose judgment is the stronger.
Let us begin with harnesses, glittering princes that's downward thrusts, spoken in speeches that never rusts. What is it?
Is it arrows?
The answer is icicles. Now, Hornets' turn. Asks us a riddle.
Very well then. A squirrel rises to the sky. From its cheeks lightning doth fly. What am I?
Is it a Pikachu?
Ha! Foolish, motley-minded footlicker. I asked for a squirrel and you gave me a rat. Nay, the answer is Emolga. Go, Thunderbird!
Stupid Hornets! We hate it! We slaughters it!
Thou art welcome to try.
But first is another riddle. The one who mixes it, sells it. The one who buys it, never uses it. The one who uses it, never knows that he's using it. What is it?
A riddle most vexing. Could it be a cookbook?
Hornets is not good at riddles, is she?
What? Everybody buys those, but never doth anyone crack one open.
The answer is coffins!
Ah!
No coffins is for you.
Stay thy hand. I still have but one riddle left for thee.
Oh? Gives it to us then.
What is my favorite color?
What? Is not riddle?
'Tis riddle enough for the likes of thee, thou be slubbering beef-witted flap-mouth.
But
Unless thou prefers to turn tail and flee.
Hornets asks us an unfair question. So you must give us 3 guesses.
Very well, but do not delay.
Is it pinksies?
Incorrect.
Is it greensies?
Also wrong. Thou hast one last guess.
Is it what is that nasty hornet's favorite color? Is it blue?
That answer is correct. A winner is you. Behold thy prize. lo, I stand triumphant.
Rue did it! Run it! It's chow time!
Come in, my friends. This life belongeth to all. The animals that eateth the grass becometh food for the animals that eateth meat. The eaters of meat in their turn feedeth those yet stronger. And when the strongest of all dieth, his life is returned to the forest. His flesh feedeth the soil, the grass. His blood becometh sap, his bones wood. He becometh food of the plant eaters, and the circle beginneth once more. Lives entwined, a tapestry woven anew each dawn, every thread a part of the whole. Verily, Gisarma is no more. The village of Swarky has once more returned to goodly peace. Egad, what is that ungodly odor? Belchmore? Belchmore hath fartists? But Belchmore never farteth, which means there is something rotten in the state of Orsterra. Hath some grave misfortune befallen Master Zanta? Sounds, my worst fears hath come true. Belchmore, thou came hitherto, all alone to bring me tidings of Master, yes? If anything, thine belches are worse than thine farts. Prithee, lay off the pastrami.
Beware! Monsters lurk in the tall grass.
Belchmore hath notified me of Master's disappearance. Henceforth I must seek him out.
Yes, finding Master Zanta is very important, but before thou departeth, wouldst thou like to learn how to capture monsters that lurk in the tall grass?
Nay, Professor Hickory, I must presently attend to a higher cause.
But thou art going on a journey. As such, I am beholden by law to give thee a tutorial on how to capture monsters.
I have no need of tutorials. I must now away to Stoneguard, his last known location. The trail is already a year old, and I must salvage what clues I can.
But doth thou not want instructions on how to use thy monster net?
I have mastered the use of my net since I was naught but a mewling whelp of a girl. Now I am a woman grown, and am quite capable of flogging all your pox-marked arses into next fortnight.
Wait, Harnett. Before thou departeth, there is something else I must tell thee. Something of vital importance.
Then say it.
The land of Orsterra is divided into 8 regions, thou residing within the woodlands, but there is also the flatlands, the clifflands, the coastlands, the riverlands, the highlands, the sunlands, and the frostlands. Each of these regions holds the master trainer. Defeateth the trainer in a pocket monster battle, and thou will be awarded with a trainer's badge. Once thou hast acquired all 8 trainer's badges, the path to become a master of pocket monsters will open up to thee.
That is very nice, Professor, but Master's well-being is of topmost priority. Besides, all this is known to me already. Why didst thou take the trouble of explaining this to me again?
Just making sure thou didn't forget.
Yes, many thanks, but now I must be off. Zanta awaits me.
And so, Harnett sets out on her journey to find her master, who mysteriously disappeared trying to hunt the nefarious fell beast Red-Eye. With the trail already a year old, Harnett must use all her skills as a huntress and a master of pocket monsters to find him. Will she find out what fate has befallen Zanta? What monsters will she encounter on her journey? And will she retrieve any trainer's badges along the way? Only time can answer that. Stay tuned!